We now welcome to the program Jeff Judkins, head coach of the women's basketball team. Coach, is the weather? Are you okay with the cold weather? It's December. We're in Utah. We expect this, right?
Well, the bottom line is it's going to be cold sometime. So do you want it in December or do you want it in May? That's your decision.
That's true.
That's good.
You know, and so for us, it was kind of nice this year not having it so cold because I had some time to put my Christmas lights up and do some things that was too cold you really can't do. But it's going to come. You know I have a lot of friends that count on the snow. Their business with snow plowing to tires.
They need the snow.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gotcha.
to water,
Yep.
to a lot of things. So I hope that it does snow to its normal. But it has been nice. It really has. And you guys will enjoy the weather
It'll be
this
great.
weekend.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
But I guess I had my turn in Hawaii, so it all
you
evens
did.
up.
Yeah, you did go to
It
Hawaii.
all
That was
evens
awesome.
up.
You have a rare full week off. This is an odd thing. You have like eight or 9 days off. You beat Utah on Saturday. Congratulations on that.
Thank
That's
you.
Fantastic. Break that down in a moment. But you don't play this week at all. Finals week. You get the girls off.
You know, we try not to play. Well, first of all, BYU has told us that we cannot play any games during final period, which is the right thing to do. The education and getting the opportunity to study and prepare yourself for those finals is really important. Usually we like to play like Saturday, like what the men are doing. They're playing Stanford. And then I give them time off for Christmas. But this year we couldn't, in our schedule, just couldn't get it worked out. And so we were playing Utah State the 22nd. And then, of course, we're playing Gonzaga the 27th of our league, which we have no control over. So that ruins Christmas vacation for my players. So,
But it'd be a great Christmas gift if you beat Gonzaga.
yes,
though,
I
and
will.
play, right?
You know, I mean, we'll have Christmas Day off. I'll give them that off, and we'll practice early on the 24th so that some of their families are coming out this year. So to spend some time with their kids, so that's important. But yeah, it's basketball's never stops. People don't realize I never got to enjoy Christmas with basketball for 27 years as a coach and 10 years as a player. So 37 years of my life, and that's not even counting high school. It's been a big part of our family.
Yeah. Big win against Utah on Saturday. Lex Eaton kind of hurt her knee. What's her status?
She hyperextended her knee. She went in and got an MRI on Monday. I haven't heard anything negative, so that's for me it's positive. She did not practice Monday. She probably will not practice today, and then Thursday she'll go tomorrow. But I think she'll be fine.
Wow. Tyler Haws sprained his ankle on the men's basketball team. Sounds like he's going to miss at least 2 games. In your coaching experience, when you have a star go out, and you've had this with Lex Eaton and numerous other people.
Yeah.
I know she tore her ACL, Haley Steed, all that. How do you rally the troops to try and make sure that you can perform at the same level without your star? Because you're not as good a team, but you want to perform at that level, right?
It's really hard, especially when a player dominates some part of the game like Tyler does. Tyler is 20 points a game. He's aggressive. He runs the floor. He does a lot of things that you just can't get somebody to replace him. So what happens is Kyle, Fisher, Weiner, they got to come in and they got to produce more than what they're doing. They have to bump it up, and then whoever replaces Tyler is going to have to come in and be solid. You can't be. It's bad to say a zero player come in and get nothing, do nothing.
Probably Anson Winder.
Yeah, I mean you can't see. But what happens with losing Tyler is not so much you lose him, but you lose a rotation.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not saying they lost the game because this kid didn't play, but Nate Austin hurt him. When he got hurt, it hurt him because of what he does. Yeah, what he does for the team. He changed the whole rotation by him being hurt. They had to play other guys more minutes. They couldn't do some things that they wanted to do. And you think, well, he's not averaging that many points. Well, he's taking minutes.
Yeah.
As a coach, that's what you look
rebounder.
at. Yeah, he's a great rebounder. So, losing him was like me losing Ashley Garfield. And if I lost Ashley in that game, she came in and defended and did some great things for us. So I'm curious what Dave will do. I don't know if Dave will move Winder to that position and start him, or will he keep Winder where he is and bring somebody else in and come in and say, I'm not going to change my whole lineup.
Yeah.
When Lexi went down, exactly what I thought. I'm thinking I've got Fuller and I've got Broadhead. One of those two are going to take her spot. I'm not going to change my whole rotation if she can't go. So that's a big decision that Dave will make, and he'll look at it with practice and see what's the best thing for him to do.
Coach, is it a different approach when you lose a star player, like for example, like Jen Hamson to another sport or graduation compared to in the actual season?
It's harder for the team because the team wonders why she's not playing for you and why she's doing this and that. An injury, they really, you can't do anything about it. But sometimes you have somebody like Jen. We missed her that 1 year, 9 games, and we lost 2 of them. And we look at it and say, if we'd have had her, would we have won those games? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of big thing. It's right now with Alohi. I mean, if we had her for 2 of these games, would we have won them? Where it was her
you feel
ability. That way? Sometimes you do, yeah. It's like, I'm just throwing it out. What if Sean didn't have her for volleyball? Would he have gotten the final?
That's a good point.
Great question.
I mean, she didn't play that much, but what if I would have taken her and she'd have played basketball and not gone to those games where they had won?
You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy to let her help BYU to the Final Four.
Yes.
Well,
you signed her release, right?
She wanted to do both.
Mm-hmm.
And, as a coach, you support whatever the athlete really wants to do when they come. Her decision was that's what she wanted to do. And she's been a big plus for not just for them in volleyball, but she will be a big impact in our team this year when she gets back and starts playing.
Alohi Hardy Robbins is the player you're referencing, a true freshman, dual sport athlete, set BYU in the Sweet 16 all the way into the Elite 8 as well. I imagine she'll get to start in the Final Four. When do you plan on her joining the women's basketball team?
Well, this is the kind of kid she is. She goes, Coach, no matter what, I'll be at your game Monday because if they win, they play, I guess, Friday or Saturday.
Saturday in the national title.
Yeah, so she'll be back Sunday, she said. So
there you go.
I'll be going up with the team. So we're going to have her. The negative part, she won't practice or have anything, but we'll have her up there, and hopefully we'll be able to go through some walkthrough with her, and she'll be able to know what she's doing.
If the cost is a national championship, are you okay with that? Or even the Final Four? You're like, hey, you're good. You won a national championship.
No, she wanted to practice Monday.
Basketball.
And
wow.
I said, you're not practicing Monday. You're gonna.
Wow.
I mean, that's the kind of kid she is. And I told Sean, I'm not practicing Monday. I don't want anything to happen. She needs to focus on volleyball.
Can you imagine a sprained ankle or something?
Yeah, I know. He would kill me, wouldn't he?
Right. Yeah.
I don't think he'd forgive me for that.
Let's talk about Jennifer Hamson for a second. The question, I don't think it's much of a question that she's the greatest female athlete of all time. What about athlete in BYU history, men or women, with what she's done with women's basketball, Sweet 16, women's volleyball, 2-time first-team All-American, Sweet 16, Final Four now? What are we talking about?
I think you're right. I think female athlete. I don't think I can see anybody that's accomplished what she's accomplished.
Duncan, Robach, or some that kind of
but
stick
also was good at it. I mean, sometimes you can do both things, and you're maybe better in one sport than the other. But Jen has proven that she can do both and be very well, and she's taken her teams the farthest they've ever been in that sport. The only one I can think of that would be close to her, I'm sure there's a lot more male athletes that I don't really know, but the one that comes to my mind in my generation is Danny Ainge.
Sure. Drafted by the Blue Jays.
I think he could have played baseball and been very good at it at BYU, and then played basketball, and he probably could have played football. Probably the best all-around athlete that I've coached is not Jen. It's probably Lex Eaton.
Interesting.
She
does the high jump on the track.
High jump. She could play basketball. She's a very good soccer player. She could have done all 3 sports easily.
Wow.
But I think Jen has I think excelled in both those sports so well. And I mean, you don't get that athlete too often.
I mean, you can have her in the argument because of not only does she play the sports and does it well, but she has a great impact. I mean, you look at you guys last year, look at, in the volleyball team this year, she makes an impact on the team. I kind of think about Deion Sanders, right?
Yes.
For example, playing in the World Series and then playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Same type of.
He hit a home run and scored a touchdown the same day.
Yeah.
That happened.
Same day.
Yeah. And
Bo Jackson.
and I think you're right. I think Jen was an impact player in both sports. That's what puts her above everybody else.
Right.
Is that she was excellent and made plays for I mean, let's just face it, she didn't miss so many games. She probably would have beat her mom's record in block shots.
Yeah.
She would have probably been way higher up on the scoring list and so forth. But great athlete, and she's a better young lady than she is an athlete. I mean,
That's saying something.
I mean, people don't realize the time commitment that it takes to do what she did. And she's an excellent student. So she'll be remembered for a long, long time.
I've heard 3.9 or something for a GPA. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
ridiculous for
she's
the amount of time
she's a 3. I don't think she got below a 3.7 when I was with her, I mean, I don't know what she did this semester, but
amazing.
Yeah, really a great athlete, great kid.
Let's talk about the standards of programs. So BYU football, huge standard, right? This coming into the season, great expectations. BYU with the chance to win 9 games, yet there's a sense of kind of disappointment with this season because the standard was so high. You're experiencing something similar in that you went to the Sweet 16 last year. People expect great things from your team. What's the curse and the blessing of high standards for programs?
Recruiting is the biggest blessing of it. Is you can get in a lot of doors because they've heard of your team, or you can't, like, you go against a Pac-12 team, recruiting against them. They say, well, you can't ever get to the Sweet 16. What are you talking about?
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Or, hey, you didn't win 9 football games and you didn't go to a bowl game and you didn't, there's all those things that come up. But it's hard. Every team's different. People don't realize that. You have chemistry for 1 year and it clicks, and then all of a sudden you take a piece from the pie and it doesn't seem to taste as good and doesn't seem to work as good. And that's what happens. And then you have to change sometimes your thoughts and your ideas of what you want to do with your team. I think the hardest is what Bronco went through, and that is you put your whole team going through a hill and say, this is what we're going to do offensively. And so everything's prepared for his ability, and then he goes down, and the person that backs him up is not the same athlete, the same kind of player. Now what do? You can't change in the middle of the season what you've worked so hard for, and that's what happens to all really all kinds of teams. Like if I lose Bailey right now, what's going to happen with my inside presence? I can't change it. We've worked on that, so that's where I think Dave Rose is going to have a little different with Hawes being gone. Is a lot of things have gone through him and how they run their offense and what they do, and now they're not going to have that, and it's a little bit different.
Well, enjoy the week off, the rare week off. I know you won't enjoy Christmas, you mentioned, but congrats on beating Utah. That's something that people around here need, Coach. They needed a win over Utah.
I think we needed it too. But it was great for us to win that game. It's a lot of people don't realize how much pressure it is, and for my seniors, it was great for them the last time to play Utah and beat them. And Ashley Garfield hit a big basket to win it, so she'll remember that for a long time.
There you go. BYU and Utah State coming up on Monday. Good luck in that game as well.
Thank you. Thanks.
Jeff Judkins, women's basketball coach for BYU.